Hey there, hello friends. This is Sanjay Singh, your sales coach. And as promised, every day at 11 o'clock, we do a LinkedIn Live for all of you. And I'm so happy that many of you in your busy office schedule take out time to participate in the live sessions. Now, these live sessions are small snippets. These are not a full course, but the objective of these sessions is to trigger that thought in your mind so that you start working around it. And the topic that we have taken today is how to develop networking skills. Now, how to develop networking skills? I'm sure this word networking derives a lot of different connotations to each one of us. Now, the first and primary important question is why network? You see, uh, there are some of us who say that I'm happy in my own world. I don't need to lick people. I don't need to cajole people. I'm happy in my own world. Why the hell should I network? If people want, they should network with me. Why should I network with people? Many of us feel that networking is always with a sense to get something from people. Especially salespeople, sales professionals feel that you are a part of a network because you're looking for more business, you're looking for more leads. Well, that could be a consequence, that could be a fall off or an after effect, but you do not go to network because you want more leads. The primary objective, the purpose of networking can be broadly postulated at these four purposes. And for me, the most important purpose of networking is to give. I have an attitude to give. I want to give my knowledge. I want to give my experience. I want to give a helping hand. I want to do something for people out there in the group. And why do I want to do it? I want to do it because God has given me the strength to be able to help someone. I want to help people. Now, some of you might say that, hey, I have not reached the status where I can help people. I'm still a fresher. I'm still young. I'm still not as experienced as you. So, how the hell do I help people? Well, help is an action which is not a slave of your experience or seniority or designation. You can help people at any age. You can help people with any level of education, isn't it? The attitude to give is the primary purpose of networking, and the consequence of giving is getting. Now, the consequence should not become the purpose of networking. So, if you are well off, if you do not need people, if your business is doing good, don't feel that you are not required to network. You're required to network because you need to be aware. You see, the second purpose is aware. Human beings are social animals and they live in a society. So you need to be aware who is doing what is happening in the world, what is the latest trend happening in this. You know, a month back, it was in one of the networking meetings that I came to know about Chat GPT as an application through a youngster. And this youngster told me that, sir, you have not heard of Chat GPT? I said, no, darling, I have not heard of it. And he said that, sir, Chat GPT is the thing to go for in artificial intelligence today. And it is so helpful for people, and so on and so forth. Now, I could not have made myself aware of this new development called Chat GPT if I was not a part of that network. So, to be aware, awareness leads to knowledge. So, that's the second purpose of networking. The third purpose of networking, of course, is to be visible. There's a very age old saying that visibility, or if I qualify it further, positive visibility leads to credibility. And credibility will lead to profitability. So, any business that you're doing, if you're not credible enough, you can never be profitable enough. And credibility comes out of visibility. If you are in some corner of your room, in some corner of the world, doing your business quietly, people don't know about you. I don't think you will ever become a brand. So to be visible, that's the third purpose of networking. The fourth purpose of networking is also to benchmark. You see, I might be doing very good in my own mind, but when I go to a network and I meet like minded people like me, I'm able to benchmark that, hey, I need to improve myself on this count, or I'm doing very well on this count. So, benchmarking always creates a competitive spirit in you. So, to my mind, these are the four primary reasons for which you should network. And if anyone of you out there feels that networking is only for those who want, I would like to beg to differ. And I say that networking is to give and not to get. Getting could be a consequence of networking. So shall I write it like this here, that networking. So let me write it like this here, that networking is is all about giving. Yeah, networking is all about giving. So let me just show you this on your screen. Networking is all about giving. Getting is a consequence of giving. If you give, you'll get back. That's a different thing. But networking is all about giving. All right. Fantastic. Let's take it further. Now, what's the vision that you share when you say that you're networking? What's the vision that you share? I mean, if I try to personify a very smart, good networker, typically a networker says, I want to know everyone in the room. Any room that I am sitting in, I want to know everyone in the room. Whether I can do business with them or not, I still want to know everyone because I'm a social animal. I want to tell maximum people about how I can help them. And I want to understand how others can help me. And I feel happy when I help someone. So you see, the entire attitude that I'm talking about around networking is quite different from what most people think about networking, right? It's not about trying to take your pound of flesh from wherever it is possible. Okay, I want to know everyone in the room. I'm a social animal. I want to tell maximum people that how can I help them, and I also want to understand from maximum people as to how they could help me. And I'm happy whenever I help someone. Fantastic. Now, if I look at typical networkers, when I look at a group of people, 50% of them do not want to network. They just do not want to network. They say, no, this is not my cup of tea. Some of them will say, no, I'm an introvert. Some of them say that, no, I'm okay with whatever business I'm able to do without networking. So I don't want to get into the hassles of networking and so on and so forth. So that's 50%. Now, 40% out of those 50% want to network, but they are not ready for networking. Just by saying that I want to become a cricketer, you don't start playing cricket. You have to make some efforts to become a cricketer, isn't it? We will discuss it down the line. But you have to understand that just by thinking that you want to network, you don't start networking. You have to become ready for networking. And what is required, we will discuss it down the line. Now, some of us, that is 10% of us who are ready for networking, are not ready, very clear with what is in it for you. So, what is in it for the person you're going to meet in your networking session? Are you very clear about it? No. If your offering, if your proposal, if your elevator pitch, if your introduction is very blunt, you don't make a difference in people's life. So you got to have a very strong, cogent, powerful elevator pitch which answers the question, what is in it for you? And here you is not you, but the person that with whom you're trying to network. So I hope that you get into the 10% bracket that I'm showing you on the screen. And to be able to get in that 10% bracket, you got to know the keys to networking. What are the keys to networking? Now, what are you looking for in others? Are you very clear about it? What others should look in you? Are you very clear about that? And how will they remember you? What is your recall value? If if you have very clear cut answers to these three questions, I'm sure you'll make a great networker. And I remember, in my college days when I was doing my engineering, there were few students. There was one particular student. He used to sport a very, very prominent tilak on his forehead, a red color, saffron colored tilak on his forehead. And initially, we thought that he's a big time pujari, or he goes to temple every day and so on and so forth. And later on, I learned from this gentleman that he used to put that tilak because he wanted everyone in the college to remember him. And that was a kind of brand identity for him. All the students used to remember that. Do you recall that guy with that huge tilak on his forehead? Well, how will they remember you is your choice. Whether you are smartly dressed in a suit and tie, or you are glib into talking, or you establish yourself by being very much visible, or you there's a particular way you talk, or there's a particular way you greet people. I don't know, but you have to think about how will they remember you. How will they remember you? So what are you looking for in others? What are others looking for in you? What should others look for in you? And how will they remember you? Are three questions you got to answer. And now that you are into networking, you have to be ready to be visible. You see what happens when you become visible. And if you are an eyesore, if people don't want to look at you, then the objective of becoming visible is drained, isn't it? So now, four D's: your dress, your demeanor, the kind of deals that you have done in the past, and the attitude to do. I mean, these are the 4D, which creates a very positive visibility, right? So, dress, of course, you understand that first impression is vital. Demeanor, etiquettes, and behavior is important, right? I mean, you can't be eating pan parag and spitting it around the hall and expecting people to fall in love with you. Nothing wrong in eating pan parag, although it is wrong, but you eat whatever you want to eat, but don't spit around. That's a part of your etiquette. That's a part of your behavior, isn't it? What kind of deals you have done in the past? Do you have a carry forward negative image about yourself or a positive image about yourself? And the last D is do. So people love doers. People love to network those who are the doing types, not just the thinking types. So ready to be visible. You must be ready to be visible. And when you're ready to be visible, what exactly do you do? I mean, do you get on top of the table and start dancing around? No. There are so many ways in which you can make your visibility prominent. You could be the speaker in the show, you could be a coordinator, you could be the organizer, you could be the help desk manager, or could, if you don't get anything else, become the help desk manager. Offer your services that I'm ready to stand here and help people. I mean, this is a seat which is normally vacant. Others don't want to do it. A networker wants to do it. Become a help desk manager. Do the dirty job, soil your hands, because any job in the hall which requires soiling your hands, there are not too many takers. Become one, because that will give you positive visibility. Help wherever you can. Make that extra effort to help people, and your visibility index will go high. And definitely, when you're in a networking session, you got to reach out, my friends. Go and introduce yourself. Don't wait for others to come and introduce themselves to you. Go and introduce yourself. Move around the room. Don't be stuck up in one table or in one corner of the room. Move around the room. Meet. Be a part of all congregations. Normally, in a room, you will find that people have a tendency to congregate in different groups based on their lifestyle, based on their taste, and based on their background. You don't be a part of any one group. Go to all the congregations and become part of multiple groups. Focus on pre and post event for networking. Many of us feel that everything that is to be done in networking is done on the day of networking. It's not like that. Now, what can you do before the event? If you come to the right hand side, how many footfalls came for you? In any networking event, you can actually invite footfalls to come for an event. I mean, if I give you an example, let's assume that there is a real estate exhibition happening and you want to go and network there. Now, you can actually send emails on behalf of the organizer, even without asking the organizer, to come and participate in the real estate exhibition. Is it a crime? No, it's not a crime. You have created so many footfalls because of you. That's reaching out. How many footfalls came due to you? You can invite people and say that come and meet me in so and so exhibition. I would be sitting on stall number so and so, or I would be available around stall number so and so. How many people are looking for you? Be with showstoppers and finally become one. You see, these 8 tips that I'm sharing with you on the screen to reach out can be very helpful if you understand the spirit behind each of this. You feel free to reach out to me if you do not understand or appreciate any one of them. But reach out, my friends. Do not be sitting quietly on your chair, it doesn't take you anywhere. Be a good listener. That's a personality trait. A networker is not supposed to be a loud person who just forces his way around and prods his way. That's spamming, isn't it? That's spamming. People don't love such people. You got to be a good listener. So wherever networking, got to be a good listener. Don't be a huge talker. Don't be a ba 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 ba. No, be a good listener, because good listeners are loved by networks. They're known to contribute to networks. The network looks up to you as a leader, right? So be a good listener if you want to be a good networker. And towards the end of this program today, I would like to tell you, friends, that success from networking is not visible when you're putting all your efforts. You can see this graph, this is all under the mountain, where one day you shoot up and climb the precipice and put your flag of success there. So networking efforts will not reap dividends for you immediately. Work hard on it. I'm sure one day you become successful and you can start seeing the fruits of networking, right? So, towards the end of today's program, it is very important that each one of us defines the purpose behind networking very clearly. And if your purpose is to earn more money out of networking, to get more leads out of networking, to do more business out of networking, wrong. Your purpose is wrong. Go and redefine it. Go to the drawing board and talk to yourself. The purpose of networking is to give. The purpose of networking is to be aware. The purpose of networking is to benchmark yourself, right? So the attitude to give, the attitude to help, the attitude to know more people, the attitude to be aware makes you a strong networker. So next time when you think about networking, give this a thought. I will sign off here with a very strong belief. And I'm happy to note that you have chosen sales as your profession, because sales is the only profession that can give you name, fame, and money at a speed which no other profession can give. Be proud that you chose sales as your career. Bye bye.